Nejo Odibowanyi Kose Blowa. Ekene Maria, Egypt na Gracia, Osebluwa Nonyeli, Idingos Nechti Boronine, Ojazingos Puma forgive Jesu. Maria Deso, Nenke Chubu, Rebala Ninja, Kita Amen. Okwe Melaro, Ekene Maria, Egypt na Gracia, Osebluwa Nonyeli, Idingos Nechti Boronine, Ojazingos Puma forgive Jesu. Maria Deso, Nenke Chubu, Rebala Ninja, Kita Amen. Yabalanya, your own Nenke Chukudaso, I went to Nasampa Christ. Ayo. Yogi Ojuku, Kirin Brasa, Yogai, Caribbean.
Listen to news updates on Ebonadi 103.5 FM immediately after 6 o'clock a.m. and the 6.
If we are looking for a new Nigeria,
You can as well listen online via mixlr.com/GistFM.
Good morning and welcome to Ebona, the 103.5 FM news update today, Thursday, the 4th day of May 2023, and the time is 4 minutes past the hour of 6. Martin Ifan Chukwuekeze is my name. The headlines. Anambra, my government committed to transformational style of leadership, Soludo. Gunmen behead superintendent of police in Abia. Flight disruption over Imo government labor dispute to cost airpeace 700 million naira. Ebonyi Assembly approves 1.6 billion naira for Umahi's exit package. Why I want to be Anambra 8th Assembly Speaker, Mwafo. Iranian president calls for U.S. exit to ensure Syria's security. Now, details. Anambra, my government committed to transformational style of leadership, Soludo. Anambra State Governor, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, has said that his government is adopting transformational style of leadership to deliver dividends of democracy to the people. The governor stated this on Wednesday when he swore in 2 new aides, a commissioner and a special advisor to form members of the State Executive Council. The aide included Mr. Christian Udechukwu as Commissioner for Industry and Mr. Evarist Uba as Special Advisor on Trade and Markets. Soludo, who swore them in at the Executive Council Chambers of Government House in Oka, said there are basically 2 types of leadership, transactional and transformational leadership. Our government is tilted more towards making transformational changes. Our goal is one that we are passionate about. It will require people paying to serve. It may not be very smooth ride because of the sacrifices you have to make. At the end, the satisfaction is the public good. It is what makes it worth it. It should be a daily reminder. I charge you therefore to try to always read and be mindful of the oath of office you just took. It contains the principles that will drive you, Governor Soludo said. Soludo had 2 weeks ago announced the appointment of Mr. Christian Udechukwu as the new Commissioner for Industry to replace Dr. Obinna Ngonade, who was eased off the office. Governor Soludo charged them to consider their appointment as a different kind of call and service to Anambra people, pointing out that his government is committed to disruptive change in the positive sense. Gunmen behead superintendent of police in Abia. Gunmen have killed and beheaded an assistant superintendent of police, ASP, serving under the Abia command. The ASP, identified simply as Abalaba, was said to be attached to the Ndiegoro Police Division in Aba South local government area of Abia State. Our correspondent gathered the gunman after killing and beheading the police officer made away with his gun and police uniform. The ASP, an indigene of state, who led the patrol team, was said to be due for retirement by September. Late Abalaba and his team were said to be on an early morning stop and search operation on Tuesday at Cameroon road by east when the gunmen swooped in on them unawares. Abia police spokesman Geoffrey Ogbonna didn't pick up calls or respond to SMS. However, a source at the state command confirmed the incident, adding that investigation into the matter has commenced. Flight disruptions over Imo government labor dispute to cost Airpeace 700 million naira. The management of Airpeace of Wednesday accused the Nigerian Labour Congress (NLC) and the Trade Union Congress (TUC) of targeting the airline amid its dispute with the Imo State government. The move was aimed at preventing the airline from processing flights to Owerri, the state capital. The labor unions had on Tuesday night directed workers in Imo State to withdraw their services as retaliation for Governor Hope Uzodinma's decision to disrupt their Workers' Day celebration in the state. AFP said in a statement that NLC and TUC had in a letter directed the airline not to process flight operations to Owerri, but replied that its commitment was to Nigerians and not to Governor Uzodinma. The unions took over the airline's counter and disrupted Airpeace operations on Wednesday to enforce the directive. Airpeace management condemned the action and queried why the unions did not stop bus transportation to Owerri or prevent other airline operators from processing their flights to the Imo State capital. We do not understand why Airpeace and Aviation should be selected for this kind of treatment. If they have a grudge against Governor Uzodinma, that should be taken to Imo State. Why are they not stopping road transport workers who are going to Imo State? Aviation borders on national security, and Nigeria has made a laughingstock in the world, it added. The airline said that the disruption would lead to a loss of 700 million naira with many flights cancelled or delayed. Ebonyi Assembly approves 1.6 billion naira for Umaye's exit package. Ebonyi State House of Assembly has approved over 1.6 billion naira for Governor David Umaye to bankroll exit packages for stakeholders. The approval is coming just a few days to the expiration of Umaye's tenure. Newsmen reports that the approval of the said sum was debated upon on the floor of the House by members led by the Deputy Speaker, Kingsley Ikoro, representing Afibo, Northwest Constituency, the leader of the State House of Assembly, Victor Chukwu, representing Ezza Northwest Constituency, who spoke to newsmen shortly after the House sitting, said the approval of the said fund was for the interest of the citizens of the state and not for the governor. According to him, we only approved the fund for an exit package, which is targeted at appreciating those who have worked with the governor. It is a welfare package for the citizens of the state. It is an extension of the empowerment program that the governor has been doing, and there is nothing new about it. The fund wasn't approved, he stated. It was gathered that the members of the House equally confirmed the appointment of 4 commissioner nominees that was sent to them by the governor. The commissioner nominees include Emeka Nwode from Ikwo local government area, Enekwashi Akpa from Ohozara local government area, Obianuju Alo from Ishielu local government area, and one other whose name is yet to be identified at the time of filing this report. Why I want to be Anambra 8th Assembly Speaker, Nwafo. Engineer Emmanuel Nwafo, the lawmaker representing Orumba South State constituency in the outgoing 7th legislature of Anambra State, has outlined copious, cogent reasons he wants to become the Speaker of the incoming 8th Assembly. Nwafo, who won his first-time election on the platform of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA, has also been re-elected for a second time to consolidate on the gain of his first outing in the legislature. This time, the very proficient and prolific lawmaker says he is interested in the speakership of the 8th Assembly, having garnered the knowledge, competence, and the capacity for the said office. Speaking exclusively with our correspondent at the State Assembly Complex, Waka, the lawmaker said, I am ready to take the mantle of leadership to be the Speaker of the 8th Assembly. It is not a new thing to me. I have gathered enough experience. I have been a leader in so many organizations. I have been on the best of terms with the members of the 6th, 7th assemblies, and they will all speak for me that I'm ready to be the Speaker of the 8th Assembly. I have the zeal to unite and bring people together to bring peace and progress to Anambra State. I will relate very well with the governor to maintain cordial relations between the House of Assembly and the executive arm, including the judiciary. I'm lucky to come back. My constituents have tried a lot to bring me back, irrespective of the fact that a lot of people fought against my returning back. But then the majority of the people said I have to go back and complete what I have started. Although Nwafo was cognizant that the leadership of the incoming 8th assembly could only be determined and decided by God, he maintained that he was in good stead for the Speaker of the 8th Assembly, Anambra State. Now we move over to the foreign scene. Iranian president calls for US exit to ensure Syria's remarks at a joint press conference with Syrian President Bashar al-Assad following their meeting in Damascus earlier in the day, according to a statement published on the website of the Iranian president's office. The sooner the Americans exit from Syria, the more effectively Syria's security will be guaranteed, he noted. Rassi said Iran maintains that the U.S. presence in Syria not only fails to be of any contribution to the Arab country's security, but also compromises its security and that of the entire region. He stressed that Iran's foreign policy is based on expanding relations with regional countries without the involvement of foreign powers, noting that foreign powers' presence in the region does not guarantee security. Rassi said Iran believes that the establishment of Syrian government complete sovereignty over the entire Syrian territory is the way to ensure the country's security and that of the entire region. He said the status quo in Iran and Syria is proof of the rightfulness and correctness of the two countries' resistance against US pressure. Countries that fail to achieve their evil objectives through military actions are making bids to pursue their goals through economic and sanctions, which will definitely end in failure, Rassi said. Rassi arrived in Damascus on Wednesday for a 2-day visit, during which he is scheduled to hold extensive political and economic talks with his Syrian counterpart, according to Syria's state news agency. Members of the delegation accompanying the Iranian president include Foreign Minister Hossein Amir Abdul-Haim, Defense Minister Mohammad Reza Ashantani, and FM. But before we leave, a quick look at the headlines. Anambra, my government committed to transformational style of leadership, Soludo. Government behead superintendent of police in Abia. Flight disruptions over Imo government labor disputes to cost AirP 700 million naira. Ebonyi Assembly approves 1.6 billion naira for Umahi as exit package. Why I want to be Anambra 8th Assembly Speaker, Mwafo. Iranian president calls for US exit to ensure Syria's security. You just listened to news updates on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. News produced and read by Martin Ifanshuku Ekeze. Thank you for listening. Once again, good morning.